So I see three faces, which probably most likely refer to Hecate. And then the middle face is kind of like trying to. It's almost very gaunt skull looking, and then it has flesh, and then it's like trying to. Like my face is trying to. It's like trying to transform into my face, the one in the middle. And then behind, these faces are kind of grouped together. But then behind and above, you see the glowing eyes of two dogs. How much is really happening, though? Yeah, it's kind of like the three faces in the middle are all kind of like all metamorphing and, they're fluid. And my face keeps appearing in there. Other than that, not much happening. It's almost like I'm looking, from my point of view this way, it's like I'm looking down on them and they're kind of looking up at me. I wonder what. Let's see what happens now. The first part was obviously something about Hecate and me. Let's see if there's anything more, and then we'll interpret it with the Ouija board. Hmm. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here. This, this is really neat. This is really neat. I can't wait to describe all this. I just don't want to miss anything. Okay, this next part of the crystal ball vision was cool. So you remember the scene from Lord of the Rings with Gandalf and the "You shall not pass" scene? Very similar to that. Different camera angle, way zoomed out from a different perspective entirely. Just a little tiny stone bridge, and then really zoomed out because there's this giant black skeleton warrior that's just huge with a scimitar, and you see the little tiny silhouette of the magician, and it plays out the same way. That scene in Lord of the Rings with Gandalf and Balrog, it is kind of an example of how an exorcism works. He invokes a divine entity, he speaks with will that is kind of lined up with that divine entity, and he commands it with authority, right? Like, I am a servant of the sacred fire. He's invoking the deity, right? The dark, and everything he says is with conviction. It's a battle of wills. That's pretty much how an exorcism works. And I basically saw a visual sort of metaphor of that. It's very similar to that Balrog scene. So this giant black evil skeleton, a little wispy around it, with the sword, basically slow motion just gets disintegrated. The little magician grows bigger. The disintegrated skeleton sort of morphed into this giant shadow male lion, and the magician just kind of put his hand up, and the male lion sat like a dog, like sit. And then everything gradually turned to white, except for the little magician. So that was neat. So the next step is asking for help interpreting it, seeing if they see things in it I didn't. Okay. I wonder if I could have even kept going, like rotated the ball again and kept going. Could I do that? Just endless visions? Would they all have the same theme? Well, kind of? Okay. First half, very much Hecate. What specifically did it mean? It means that you I am in alignment with Hecate's will. You can perform exorcisms. That's it? Pretty much? Yes. I'm in that whole vision. I am in alignment with Hecate's will. And the second half of the vision, which was very awesome to watch. A lot of slow motion. That whole thing is basically I could perform exorcisms. Anything else? Mm-hmm. You are, you are V. You are visionary. You are visionary? Like I can look at the crystal ball and see stuff? Well, you already kind of knew that though. Should practice it more. Yeah. Alright, that's basically it. That wasn't a very hard vision to figure out. Unless anything else in the vision? You are manifesting your true D. True destiny? Cool. Comforting to know. Alright. So then, I don't know what's going to happen with these YouTube videos. I really don't know. Odds are nothing much. But if you're out there, and if you have a story that no one believes, if you are visited in the night and you can't move and there is a shadow figure in your room like so many other people, if you're in a house where you get cold spots, if you're in a house where a book flies off the shelf and hits you, things like that, I can help with that. I've done it before, and now I have assurances that, the big guns are in my corner. So, hasta